I want you to look back at what we saw with Hannah in 1 Samuel, and I want to look at verse 11. Chapter 1, verse 11. In bitterness of soul, that's verse 10, Hannah wept much and prayed to the Lord. And she made a vow, saying, "O Lord Almighty, if you will only look upon your servant's misery and remember me and not forget your servant, but give her a son, then I will give him to the Lord for all the days of his life, and no razor will ever be used on his head." God does not come to deliverance at the moment we expect him, because sometimes higher purposes beyond our own lives are at stake. This was not simply about Hannah and God showing himself faithful to her, which he does. It wasn't just about justice with her enemy. It was about the future of God's people. What we know about Samuel, the son that she does have, is that he was planted at exactly the right place at the right time. The country is just in shambles. Very little leadership. We already learned that there was rarely a word from the Lord. And in comes Samuel. And what would have happened to those people if in one fell swoop they lost all their priests and the Ark of the Covenant? What would they have done without Samuel in place at exactly the right time? She bears a son who teaches us how to wait even. And because we see in chapter 7 later in the same book, verse 12, that Samuel took a stone and set it up between Mizpah and Shen. He named it Ebenezer, saying, "Thus far has the Lord helped us." Thus far has the Lord helped us. And Ebenezer we know means help stone. And when he says thus far or hitherto, what he's really saying is that God's help is from day to day and from place to place. It's not just a one-time deal. It's not that you're going to come to a grave situation and need to call on him and he will be there and that's it. It's day to day and place to place. Not because we deserve it, but because he's so faithful to do it. Our God is not a slothful God. Not at all. And the Word reminds us that God is not holding out on us when he requires us to wait. He doesn't make us wait because he's mean or needs to be controlling. It's just not time. The situation's just not right yet. We have some growing yet to do. And sometimes the long span of feeling God is not speaking or moving may be necessary to line us up more with what he wants for our lives, just like he did with Hannah.